God, what I could not do with that money now. Through the fumes that still seemed to be in possession of his head and the throbbing of his temples, the scene last night came back to him in all its vividness. He had not been too foxed to know what he was doing. He realized that his luck was out. But like every gambler since the beginning of creation, he had believed that his luck would turn, and the next card would be in his favor. The next. But Lambton had gone on winning and winning, and because they were old enemies across the Green Bay's tables, he had not hesitated to taunt Lord Wyncingham, needling him into making more and more extravagant bids, until, finally, £100,000 had waited on the turn of a card. Lord Wyncingham could see his own 6 of diamonds staring up at him, and he thought now that he had known, even before Lambton's long, thin fingers very slowly turned his own card over, what it would be. In the split second before he actually saw what the card was, he had known that he was beaten. And, drunk though he was, he knew exactly what it meant. It was almost as though he saw a procession of his possessions passing away from him into Lambton's keeping. His house, his estate, the pictures his father had set so much store by, his horses, and last of all, because she was the least important, Cleo to Castile. The card was there, blinking up at him from the green bays, the 10 of spades, black as his luck, dark as the sudden despondency that gripped his heart, until he felt himself almost squeezed of breath. Yet he managed with a superb effort to give a little laugh. "My pockets are now definitely to let, Lambton," he had said lightly, and as though it was not of the least consequence. "I must drink to your good fortune, as it is too late for any further play." He had known by the expression on the faces of those who had been standing round the table that his sportsmanship appealed to them. He gulped down the brandy that the waiter had brought him, and then turned towards the door. He was surprised to find Lambton at his side. For a moment he had thought the old man was going to taunt him, but Lambton had said in a quiet, almost commiserating tone, "I know that this is going to knock you a trifle, Wyncingham. Shall we say payment in a month?" Just for a moment, rage had surged up in Lord Wyncingham. He had longed to be able to retort that the money should be in Lambton's hands first thing the following morning. And yet, even as he moved his lips, he knew that it was impossible. But because he was embarrassed, furious, hating both himself and his opponent, he merely muttered ungraciously, "I shall not default, you may be sure of that." He had walked from the club without looking back. His coach was waiting outside, the horses and the coachman half asleep. A drunken fop was protesting to the night watchman that he had been robbed by footpads. "It's a disgrace," he slobbered. "That's what it is. A sinking disgrace that a gentleman cannot move about the streets without being assaulted. What I ask is this 1784, or is it not?" Unsteadily he brushed against Lord Wyncingham, who swore at him. Lord Wyncingham flung himself into his coach and slammed the door without waiting for his footman to do it for him. It was only a short distance to Berkeley Square, but it seemed to him that he had time to review the whole of his life as the carriage carried him home. God, what a fool he had been. He cursed himself as he climbed out and glanced for a moment at the fine exterior of the house and at the massive silver door-handle and knocker that shone in the light from the linkman's lantern. He cursed himself as he moved across the marble hall with its ghost-like busts of his ancestors, and he cursed again as he went up the softly carpeted stairs, where the pictures of previous earls stared back at him with what seemed to be accusing eyes. He had never before appreciated the elegance of his bedchamber, his valet waiting up to undress him, the fire burning brightly in the hearth, and the heavy silken curtains blotting out the dawn, which was just beginning to creep over the rooftops. He waited until his valet had left, and then he strode up and down his room, remembering too late an interview only 3 days ago with his solicitor. "You are spending too much, my lord," he had been told then. "Gracious," he exclaimed, "what is money for but to be spent, and why this sudden pass?"